Alright guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create your own age calculator in Python 3.8.2. So the first thing you do is you need to import date time because we're going to be working with a lot of dates and times in this video. So we need to make sure that we have this module so we can use its classes inside. There we go, we'll import that, and we need to create a function now called age, which takes in your date of birth, so your year, the month, and the day as well. There we go. All right, and the next thing we want to do is we want to set a variable to the current date today. So the current date today is the 4th of May, but we can simply do that by selecting a is equal to datetime.datetime.now. All right, and then if we click enter, there we go. So now a will be set to the date today. If we go ahead and print a, you'll be able to see that. Age, here we go. I'm going to just choose a random year here, 1-1. There we go. So it printed the date today, but you should also notice that it printed the time and the seconds and the milliseconds as well, and we'll come back to that later on. All right, and now if we go back to our function, let's remove this, and the next thing we want to do is we want to set b, another variable here. Letters are the easiest way to name your variables. B is going to be the year, month, and day that you inputted above here, so your date of birth. So date time dot date time, and that's going to be year, month, and day. All right, there we go. And then we want to subtract b from a, which will give us our age in days. So c is equal to a minus b. There we go. Then the next thing we want to do is we want to find out the years. So we've got days now, right? C. We want to find out years. So how do you find out years from days? Well, if you divide it by 365, you'll get your approximate age in years. Since there aren't 365 days in every year, it will be quite close to what your actual age is. So D is equal to C dot days, and we're putting C dot days here because if you remember before, we only want the days from the answer here. We don't want the seconds, the minutes, the hours, and the milliseconds. We just want the days. All right. So whatever the days are, that's what we want, and then we divide it by 365. All right. So every 4 years, obviously, you have the leap year, which is 366, but this case we'll use 365, which occurs most often. So then we have to create another variable called e, which will round the d to 2 decimal places. Because we divided it by 365, it won't go exactly into 365, so there's going to be a lot of decimals left over, which is why we have to make sure that we round it up. So e is equal to round, we're going to round d to 2 decimal places. All right, that's what we're going to do. So now e is the rounded version of d, so we're going to use e now. And then we need to print some text here. So we can say you are, there we go, you are, and then we need to put the days here. So we put c dot days, all right, comma, and then we can put this again, c dot days, yeah, you are that days old, all right, which is approximately, there we go, and then we can just finish this string and then comma, and then we need to put e this time, which is the rounded version. So that will be our years. So e is our years, c dot days is our days. And then we need to put years old. But this time I'm going to put the brackets around the S. We don't need a capital S. There we go. Okay. And then old. And then that's pretty much it. We just close this and we try it now. So we type age and then you put your date of birth in. I'm going to put the obvious one, 2001, which is a random date of birth. So that will be the 1st of January 2000. So I should be 20 years old, but more specifically, here we go, I'm exactly 7,429 days old, which is approximately 20.35 years old. So you could see that actually, because I rounded it up, it rounded it to 20.35. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please do like, subscribe, and share. If you don't know where to download Python 3.8.2, I will put a link in the description. And that's all for this video. Goodbye.